Hey fam, welcome back to my channel.
Praise to be known, fully known, and loved by you. I'm fully known and loved by you.
So if you're new here and you haven't already, hit that sub button. My name's Mariah Casey, and if you're an OG, welcome back fam. And I just want to apologize guys because I got sick last week, so I wasn't able to speak, so that's why I couldn't make a YouTube video. I'm gonna try and be more consistent, posting weekly, and then I actually had a Bible study to post for you guys. But because there was a nativity set going on at the park and a party, kind of a big mess, so I was like, well, I'll just film a video of it and I'll just go over my Bible study with you guys. Anyway, we're going to be talking today about how your body is a temple. And God gave me 3 points He wanted me to talk on, and it was how it's so important in what you choose to speak, in what you choose to listen to, and in what you choose to watch. So those are the 3 points that we're going to be talking about today, and I'm kind of going fast because my battery's about to die, but I'm going to get through this. This is the second time I've had to shoot this because my first video I didn't realize that it was completely blurry, so second time's a charm. You know, I was trying to get the best quality for you guys. So I'm going to start off in a Bible verse and then just lead into my first point, which is what you choose to speak and why that's important. So this Bible verse says in 1 Corinthians 6:19 says, "Or do you not know that your body is the temple of the Holy Spirit who is in you, whom you have from God, and you are not your own, for you are bought at a price. Therefore glorify God in body and in spirit, which are God's." So when we think about a temple I think we can all agree is a place where God dwells. It's a holy place. It's a place to glorify God. It's a place of reverence and respect. So we agree that's like what a temple is. I think we can all agree. And then God is saying that our body's a temple. And if we go back to when Jesus died on the cross, do you guys know what happened? Okay, well, no one can answer me. So what happened when Jesus died on the cross is that in a temple, the veil was torn, guys, meaning that the Holy Spirit no longer dwells in the temple, but now dwells in you. And God is saying that your body is a temple, meaning that if a temple is a place where God dwells and all these other things, that means that my body, the temple, is a place where God dwells, a place that should be holy, a place to glorify God. All these things that should be done in a temple should now be done in your body, right? Okay, and so that leads into our first point of what you speak and why that's important. It's so important. You were created. God designed you. He knew exactly how He wanted to make you. And our vocal cords, I think I said this on TikTok, but God designed our vocal cords. He made them so that we could speak a certain way, and I never will forget what my leader said at camp is just like, how do you want to choose to use that? God created these vocal cords to glorify Him, to worship Him, to speak His gospel, to, you know, the good word. Yeah, so God made all that for that, but why would I sit here and use it for trash, you know? To use it for language that just isn't gonna edify me or glorify God in any way. And I know you probably like, well, Mariah, I've been cussing my whole life. It's hard to stop. And guys, I know it is. I just want to encourage you to just keep reading the Word, keep spending time with God, because the more you get to learn Him, the more you know Him. It's kind of like a friend. When you have a best friend, when you learn them, you know them, you know what not to say around them, what they're sensitive about, you learn them, okay? So when you learn God, you know, God wouldn't want me saying this stuff. So then you start to put it on hold because you care about that relationship with God. Not just on hold, just like you're done with it. Like you're like, I no longer choose that over God. I don't want to separate us at all. And the amazing thing about thoughts, guys, is that thoughts are dead. Thoughts are not alive at all, but until you speak them, which God left authority on this earth. Our words have power in what we say. And so if you sit there and speak bad things over life, negativity, death, you can speak life into a situation or you can speak death into a situation. So if you have a thought, right, it's dead, but until you speak it, it becomes alive. So choose what you want to put into situations. Do you want to put in good things or do you want to put in bad things? Consistently speak in life into your situations. Don't speak in death. And for example, like speaking death, oh my gosh, like I'm gonna fail my exam, I'm gonna suck at this like sport, whatever you're doing, you know, that's speaking death into a situation. You're already prophesying that you're gonna lose, and guess what? Your words have power, and watch, you're gonna lose. You're gonna fail your exam, you are. But when you speak life. You say, I'm gonna ace that exam. I studied hard, I put in effort, and I'm gonna do amazing on this. I have the mind of Christ. You know, when you speak these things over your life, watch the difference in your life. It's so visible, guys. It's so visible. And then moving into our second point, which is what you watch and why that is so important. Whatever you put in is what's gonna come out, because out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks, right? So whatever you're watching, whatever you're feeding off of, that can affect how you speak. That can affect what you do. I think watching is plays a huge factor in like our body. So I like to think about it like this. If you are feeding off the wrong things, like let's say pornography, scary movies, stuff that you know just like lingers, like it doesn't go away. When you feed off the wrong things, you start to murky your water. And when your water is murky, it's really hard to see things the way that God intended you to see it. But when your water is clear, guys, when you are swimming through your clear water and you are pouring in good stuff, you're reading that word, you're not going to parties, you're not watching movies you shouldn't be watching, you're not watching pornography, you're not feeding off of the wrong things. When you're feeding off the right things, your water is clear and you're able to see God's glory in everything. You're able to see right from wrong. You're able to see things so clearly because of the things that you chose to feed off of. And you're able to see things the way that God intended it to be. How do you want to look at your wife one day, your husband? Do you want to look at them in the murky waterway where the world looks at people and say, you're going to get divorced one day. Love isn't real, doesn't really last. Or you can look at them and be like, oh, they're just a sex toy, right? That's how the world looks at it. But when you look at it the way that God intended, you're going to look at your wife in a way where she's pure. You're going to look at your husband in a way where he's pure. You're going to look at them in a way that God says that I made them a masterpiece. I created this person for you. Like, these are the things that God says. So when you are feeding off the right things, your water's clear. It's easy to see God's goodness, but it's so hard. Things start to become twisted in ways that God didn't intend it to be. But guys, it's so important to be able to see things the way that God intends you to see them. And then moving into what you listen to and why that's important. This is my last point, but it's so important what you listen to, guys, especially like music, whatever you're feeding off of. I said this on TikTok, but Billie Eilish, I think so, I'm not really sure. I don't know how to say her name. But she has a song where it says, I want to end me. And then there's like, I don't know who this is by, but there's a song that says like, I'm bad at love. You're sitting there singing these things. Oh, I'm bad at love. Oh, I want to end me. You know, you sit there and sing these things and then you wonder why? Because you took that thought that was dead, but now you made it alive because you spoke it, because you were listening to it. And when you listened to it, you spoke out, I'm bad at love. I want to end me. You have suicidal thoughts and you don't know why. You have struggling with relationships and you don't know why. And guys, this is why I'm saying it's so important that these three things all tie in perfectly, because it's so important what you're putting in your body. It's so important because your body is a temple, guys. It's not your own. Jesus paid a price for you. When Jesus died on the cross, he went through suffering. He went through whips on his back. He went through like all this pain so that one day he could sit there and say, she's mine. He's mine. Devil, you don't own her. And until you realize that, guys, then it's going to be really hard to know like your true worth and to know that God has the very best for you. To know that the devil, when you're sick, you can say, devil, no, you don't own me. You didn't do anything for me. In fact, you did nothing for me. In fact, devil, you don't have a place in my body. So sickness, fear, depression, anxiety, stress, you have to go. Because devil, you don't live in my body. And God says I'm made in his image and God wasn't made with these things. So that means that they're not from him. So that means that they're from you. So they have to go because God did not put those in my body. And I am a child, a daughter of the Most High King, and I am his. So guys, those are my 3 points. My battery is about to die, but I love you guys so much, and don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment below, and I love you, fam, and I'll see you guys soon.
I'm really no home.